Can men and women ever just be friends? Is a true platonic relationship ever possible between a straight guy and a girl? Well, researchers have taken this question from the silver screen to a research lab to find the truth. And what they found might just shock you. Hey guys, welcome back to another exciting video. Today, we're delving a bit into the dynamics of male and female relationships. We'll briefly talk about whether men and women can be just friends and maintain purely platonic relationships. We'll also look at modern dating and see how traditional and new ideas are blending into today's relationships. Without wasting any more time, let's jump straight into the video. Just for clarification, when we mean friendship, it does not mean merely companionship as to, hey, he or she is my friend because we're classmates. He is my friend because we worked together for this company for a long time. What we mean by opposite-sex friendship in this video are those who can be considered even best of friends or closeness that usually is beyond just a group setting. Let's get back to the question I posed at the start of the video. Can men and women truly be just friends? This question has been debated for as long as literature has existed, but still, it remains largely unanswered. Everyday life shows us that friendships between men and women, completely platonic, can exist and are, in fact, quite common. You might even have some opposite-gender friends at work. Maybe you're thinking this argument is complete BS. Now, there's no denying this fact. Men and women can coexist in various aspects of life, whether it's working, living, or socializing together, all without their interactions leading to any sort of romantic involvement. Yet, it raises a question. Can we really be sure if this cohabitation appears platonic only on the surface? Is this simply a superficial layer, masking a deeper, unacknowledged web of sexual tension? The answer to that question isn't something easy or straightforward. It's rooted deeply in the complex nature of human relationships and the unique dynamics of each individual friendship. Recent studies have shown that while we may believe we can maintain purely platonic friendships with the opposite sex, the potential for romantic development is often lurking around the corner. And in these situations where romantic feelings could unexpectedly emerge between two people, we're often left wondering, do we even completely understand opposite-sex friendships? Can it be more complicated than we initially thought? Thankfully, we have experts to answer that question.
What's typical for friends is that they have fun together, but they can also lean on each other for comfort. Dr. Will Rawlins from Ohio University has distinguished that friendships are voluntary. They're equal, there's no hierarchy, but rather mutual involvement. And this is true for both men and women.
Let's bring back the study that I briefly mentioned at the start of the video. Experts brought together 88 pairs of male and female undergraduate friends to explore whether unspoken romantic feelings existed between them. With all the general research study precautions in place, all 88 pairs were studied carefully. Each person was asked individually if they had any romantic feelings for their friend to fully understand their relationship dynamics. Now, what they found after carefully analyzing all of the 88 pairs was quite interesting. The findings revealed some major differences between men and women in how they view and experience opposite-sex friendships. Men were much more likely to be attracted to their female friends compared to vice versa. Men also tended to believe their female friends were much more interested in them romantically, which was proven to be a clearly mistaken perception. In truth, men's views on how attracted their female friends were had little to do with the women's actual romantic feelings. Instead, males essentially assumed any attraction they felt was mutual, not taking into account the reality of their female friends' level of romantic interest. Women also misjudged the mindset of their male friends because females generally were not drawn to their male friends romantically. They presumed the lack of attraction was mutual. As a result, men consistently overestimated romantic interest from female friends, while women consistently underestimated romantic interest from their partners. And because men were overestimating the love interest by a large margin, they were more inclined to make a move. Being single or in a relationship didn't have any noticeable impact on the study. However, things differed in how much they viewed romantically unavailable friends as potential partners. While men were just as likely to want romantic dates with friends who were already taken as those who were single, women were cognizant of their male friends' relationship status and uninterested in pursuing those with existing partners. Okay, so that was a lot to take in, but what does it all mean actually? Well, the study suggests that men likely have a harder time than women in opposite-sex friendships remaining strictly platonic. What makes these results especially fascinating is that they arose from questions about a specific non-romantic friend with whom each participant entered the study. So, this isn't just a reinforcement of stereotypes about men always wanting sex and women being oblivious. Rather, it directly confirms that two people can view the exact same relationship in dramatically different ways. Most men see romance hiding within their supposedly platonic female friendships, but their female friends, in contrast, seem to approach these same friendships from a completely different angle, one that is genuinely platonic in nature. In real life, these differences in how men and women view friendships can really complicate things. If you start seeing every friendship through this lens, it feels like the whole dynamic changes. That's why setting clear boundaries in relationships is so crucial. In today's society, where casual relationships are common, it's even more important to respect and maintain your own dignity. This leads us to the next part of the video: why traditional values like chastity and courtship are still vital and often end up being the most enduring approach in relationships. Alright, before we get ahead of ourselves, let me just quickly define what I mean by traditional values in a relationship. Now, these to me personally are a set of principles that have been valued historically in romantic partnerships. Ideas like commitment, respect, and often a focus on long-term intentions such as marriage. Traditional values are more about the importance of commitment and mutual support and sacrifice over more transient physical aspects and fleeting emotional aspects of a relationship. But it's important to note that traditional values are not about restricting freedom or forcing outdated norms. They don't mean sacrificing personal growth or independence for the sake of a relationship. Instead, these values advocate for mutual respect and understanding that acknowledges the individuality and freedom of each partner at the same time, strengthening the complementarity of the sexes. They are about nurturing a relationship that is built on trust, respect, and a shared vision for the future. With that said, modern society often dismisses old-fashioned ideas like courtship and saving intimacy for marriage. But these traditions carry wisdom. Values like chastity, which means not just saying no to sexual intimacy before marriage, but rather saying yes to authentic, selfless, outward-looking, and heroic loving relationship that allow the relationship to develop organically without pressure from being overly committed and giving too much despite the lack of complete commitment yet, as is found in marriage. Rushing physical intimacy can fog judgment, leading young men and women into relationships that they later regret. And that's not just something coming from me. You can check out this article that delves a lot deeper into that topic. In short, sexual intimacy releases a hormone called oxytocin, in which, for both the couples, increased bond is promoted and both persons become less logical when it comes to the flaws and weaknesses of the other. This would be ideal in a committed relationship inside of marriage. Outside of marriage, where the couples are supposed to get to know each other, an internship to a lifelong relationship, the individual will not be able to make right decisions and may just be too attached too soon without the promise of forever. Yes, forever is possible. Anyway, before we end the video, I want to briefly talk about courtship. Courtship, too, has advantages. Traditionally, a man would formally ask permission to woo a woman. Done respectfully, this gives her family a voice to guide the relationship wisely. Courtship also has a public accountability lacking today. With no clear point where intentions become serious, it's easy to slide gradually into entanglements without considering if the match is suitable. Open communication is central to courtship, and the goal is more about assessing character and compatibility before feelings took over. The man had to demonstrate honor, self-control, and readiness for marriage before earning the privilege of the woman's company. Modern individualism rejects this communal oversight, but perhaps something has been lost in casting off customs that shielded vetting, discretion, and care in intimacy. Modernity does not mean just progress always. Why then are the separation numbers so big, and many disheartened, disgruntled couples appear to be this way today? And that is why we wanted to shed light on age-old customs and values that are as valid, crucial, and important to today's modern times. So, in the end, what have we learned? Well, it is true that men and women often view opposite-sex friendships through very different lenses. Where men see abundant possibility for romance hiding within even their closest female friendships, women tend to approach the same bonds from a strictly platonic mindset. These mismatched perceptions underscore why openly communicating boundaries is so essential, especially amidst today's casual dating culture. Seeking fulfillment in fleeting relationships often leaves both men and women unsatisfied and valuing themselves less in the process. That's why enduring traditions centered on respect, sincerity, chastity, sacrifice, and mutual vision retain value. These practices uphold accountability when forging connections, which means relationships are formed not on selfishness but on selfless meaning, ultimately leading to more secured, happy, and long-lasting relationships. So that was all for this video. I hope these insights have been as enlightening for you as they have been for me during my research. If you liked the video, why not like and subscribe? It's sure to help the channel and motivate me to continue doing what I do. If, on the other hand, you didn't like this video, please let me know in the comments below so that I can learn from my mistakes. As always, you've all been fantastic. Stay tuned for more videos like this, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care and goodbye.